The DCU is full of iconic villains. Many of their heroes are defined by the rogues gallery they face. They say a hero is only as good as its villains, and seeing as no one hands out beatdowns like the Princess of Themyscira, she has some of the most heavy-hitting villains in the DCU. Here are Wonder Woman's best villains ranked. Coming in last but certainly shortest is Dr. Psycho. If your protagonist is a tall, beautiful avatar representing women empowerment everywhere, then what could be a better antagonist than a tiny little misogynist who hates women?
I don't hate women!
Kinda seems like you do.
I'll tell you, it's a tiny little misogynist who has mind control powers.
Who do you need me to mind control to open the door?
No one.
Dr. Edgar Sisco was once a prominent psychologist who was mocked by his peers for his studies in psionics, earning him the nickname Dr. Psycho, a name he embraced when he decided to use his telepathic powers to start a life of crime. Well, a lot of his crimes are pretty much bottom-of-the-barrel Ponzi schemes, like faking paranormal activity, sort of like a real estate scam in Scooby-Doo, or pretending to be a psychic to steal clients' bank passwords. He was a core member of the secret society of supervillains and almost defeated Wonder Woman on a few occasions. He even used his psionic influence to convince her that the gods had forsaken her, leaving her powerless. Well, almost powerless. Like many of us, he had no idea Diana could speak with animals, and you can't exactly convince someone they don't have a power you didn't know about. He might not be the most powerful villain on the list, but it sure feels great watching Wonder Woman punch this little creep around. On the exact opposite end of the height spectrum, we have
The feminine yet ferocious Giganta.
This big gal is certainly one of the most iconic foes of Wonder Woman. The two have been battling since 1942 when she made her debut in Wonder Woman #9. Dr. Dora Zool stands at an already formative 6 feet and 6 inches tall, but can increase her size at will to several hundred feet, allowing her to tower over buildings like a red-headed Godzilla. In her full height, she is strong enough to give Wonder Woman an extra large beatdown and even squash Superman like a bug. Not to mention, she owns the most structurally sound high heels money can buy. Giganta's powers make her one of the most sought-after villains by other rogues of the DCU. Giganta has provided the muscle for villainous teams like the Injustice League, the Secret Society of Supervillains, Villainy Inc., the Secret Six, the Female Furies, and the Suicide Squad.
Pretty good, considering you tried to fry my brain.
If there's a superhero team who needs someone to smash heads while rocking a leopard skin bikini, Giganta is your gal. Diana and Giganta aren't just rivals in the superhero sense. After Dr. Psycho convinced Giganta was in love with Steve Traynor, they both fought for his affection. This, of course, ended when Giganta fell head over heels for Ryan Choi.
Think about the honeymoon. Couldn't that get to be a little dangerous?
Well, Rhoda, that's the chance she'll have to take.
At first glance, Maxwell Lord is little more than the typical billionaire grifter you read about, from the power suits straight to the Donald Trump hair. Combining the devious scheming of a businessman like Lex Luthor with mind control powers, Wonder Woman has a serious problem with this trust-funded one-percenter. For years, Maxwell Lord was seemingly just a normal businessman who was using his connections and large financial resources to help fund the Justice League International. Whereas he was never painted as a hero, he was mostly just viewed as an amoral businessman using his money and resources to gain more money and resources. You know, usual scummy billionaire stuff. That was until the second Blue Beetle, Ted Kord, discovered Lord's plans to use the JLI to gather sensitive information on Earth's superheroes in a scheme to destroy them. After killing Ted Kord, Maxwell used his mind-controlling powers to influence Superman's mind, tricking him to brutally attack Batman and convincing him that the Caped Crusader was actually Brainiac. He intended to continue to use Superman to make him the most powerful man on Earth until he was defeated by Wonder Woman. Upon learning that Lord will never release Superman from under his control, Diana snaps his neck on the spot. You know you're a bad dude when a superhero whose mission is to bring about world peace will take you off the board at the drop of a hat. Will Pedro Pascal's Maxwell Lord be a metahuman seeming to help Diana while secretly working to bring her demise? We'll have to see Wonder Woman 1984 to find out. Clawing her way into number 3 is Barbara Ann Minerva, or as you might know her,
Cunning Cheetah.
Few rivalries in the DCU have raged as hot as Wonder Woman and Cheetah's decades-long catfight. Though there have been 4 Cheetahs over the years, ranging from just a self-centered debutante to a sorta into cat cosplay to a mad scientist that mutated herself into a half-cheetah, half-woman hybrid. In 1987's Wonder Woman #7, Barbara Minerva was introduced as an archaeologist and friends with Diana Prince. The two bonded over Barbara teaching Diana about the modern world and Diana teaching her about the magical ancient one. While out on an exhibition in Africa, Barbara was given the powers of the cheetah by Urzkaraga, an ancient African plant god. The god imbued Barbara with superpowered strength and agility, making Cheetah the most evenly matched foe to Wonder Woman, but in doing so, warped her mind and filled it with rage and jealousy. Over the years, the two have fought to a standstill countless times, with Cheetah coming out ahead on more than one occasion. But whereas Diana still holds out hope for one day helping free Barbara from this curse, Cheetah is hell-bent on proving she can best Wonder Woman in single combat.
Do you remember me?
Oh, yeah. I remember.
And by the looks of Wonder Woman 1984, Cheetah, played by Kriten Wiig, seems to be every bit as deadly. And coming in at number 2, Ares, God of War, isn't exactly a chill dude to begin with.
Only a god can kill another god.
Ares has the powers of a god and a proclivity for using giant axes, making him one of the most powerful people in the DCU. If that doesn't make him a difficult enough villain, Ares also is no stranger to playing the long game, having masterfully orchestrated world wars to increase his power, and even once went into the future to bring Diana's corpse back to the present time.
Assume you're here planning something that's going to get you either court-martialed or killed.
His plan was an attempt to create his own zombie Wonder Woman to destroy his enemy once and for all, which is the kind of convoluted plan you have to kind of respect, because if you don't, the God of War might try and kill you with your own future zombie. But no matter what war Ares starts, thanks to Wonder Woman's perseverance, she always manages to restore the peace, with extreme prejudice. And coming in at number 1 is Circe.
Oh, thank you.
A villain some of you casual Wonder Woman fans might not be that familiar with, but some of you big Odysseus fans may be extremely familiar with. Circe is an ancient immortal sorceress who has been wreaking havoc on the Amazons since Homer was writing epics. And if you think she was bad then, with the whole turning people into animals thing, she's gotten so much worse. Circe has unfathomable magical powers granted to her by the goddess Hecate through the witch mark. And just to help you fathom what unfathomable magical powers are, how about that hot second she turned the god Hermes into a pile of bones like it was nothing, and he's a top tier god, at least one of the ones that can make it into a Disney movie. Seriously, Circe is the ancient enemy of the Amazons and has served Wonder Woman some of her most humiliating and devastating defeats. Circe has turned Diana into a pig, stole and used her powers, even turning her back into clay.
What would I have to give to make you lift your spell on Diana?
Well, now you're getting interesting.
And that's just to name a few. Even with enough magical power to walk into any room and turn Earth's greatest heroes into sheep, Circe also masterminds events working to defeat Diana and the Amazons without them even knowing it.
I'll take the crowbar.
Whatever you say.
Having orchestrated wars between gods, a civil war between the Amazons, and secretly transporting the island of Themyscira into a dimension filled with demons. Literal demons. Not to mention, she's got some pipes.
And you'll keep your part of the bargain?
A deal's a deal. He can stop now.
Well, there you have it, the 6 best Wonder Woman villains ranked. Let us know in the comments which villain you'd like to see in the next Wonder Woman movie. If you liked what you saw, make sure you hit the thumbs up and smash that subscribe button for more Wonder Woman content.